Hello everyone, today I want to talk about the three perfumes that I use during this hot weather. So, before I talk about the perfume, let's talk about the weather in the country that I live in, which is Malaysia. Malaysia is known for its tropical weather. Sometimes it can be very hot without a single uh, gust of wind, and sometimes it will be stuffy with the with the dark clouds looming in the sky, threatening to rain, but it never rains. Although we have been looking for it to rain, and it causes the atmosphere to feel very dense and also humid and hot at the same time. It is almost like, after you finish shower, you sit there without, you sit there, but you're not in an air conditioned room. And after a shower, you will straight away get, sweat up again. And then, you will be sweating, and beads of sweat will be forming on your forehead, at the back of your neck. Yeah, so that's a very sticky, uncomfortable feeling. So that's the weather here in Malaysia for these past few days. So, which is why I think I would like to share with y'all about my opinions after using these fragrances during a very hot and humid weather. So, the first fragrance that I want to talk about is this one. Davidoff Cold Water Sea Rose. It's an eau de toilette concentration. So this one is a very affordable gem. It's I just wore it yesterday again, and although it's called sea rose, but funnily enough, there is no rose in the fragrance note. In fact, the note of peony and pear is listed there on Fragrantica, which is quite true. I don't really get the red velvety rose or any kind, or even a green rose. It's not even a green rose scent. It's a very fresh peony scent. And the note of pear, I would say that the pear is only a little bit there to kind of like round up and give it a little bit of sweet quality to it. And overall, this fragrance is quite fruity and floral, but it's not like rose kind of floral. It's a bit like peony like, because there's no rose in this fragrance, and there is musk in here. And the musk here is not like the dense, cloudy, suffocating musk. It's a very light musk. It's not plasticky. It's just creating a very fresh cut through, kind of like glass, like a very clear, clean glass cutting through the heat. So that's the feeling of Davidoff Cool Water Sea Rose. That it gives me that kind of feeling, very refreshed, and I can just overspray it and spray it heavily all over my body, and I won't be suffocating people around me. As a matter of fact, I wore this fragrance yesterday and went to a sports event, and I was really enjoying this fragrance because it made me feel fresh. Although it's just early in the morning, it's already very humid, and I was already starting to sweat after half an hour shower, and I was on the way to the event. So I was enjoying myself with the fragrance in my car until I reached that place. And I was standing around a group of women, and I could smell something lingering in the air. It's definitely not my fragrance. It's a person wearing La Vie Belle. Imagine wearing La Vie Belle, which is projecting like a beast in the humidity. It's just killing me. I stood close to a group. I could smell it on somebody, but I couldn't identify which woman was wearing that perfume. I think it's a horrible idea when you needed to do exercise, you need to do some like aerobics, and with the sun hot and there's no wind, and with the humidity in the air, it's just suffocating. But I really enjoy myself in the sea rose. Even after the sports event, I went back to my school, and although I felt hot, but I felt refreshed and still enjoyed the day, and this fragrance got me in high spirits, even though it's very light. But I suddenly could get it. Maybe because I overspray, that's why I could even sniff it after a day of work. So I think it's a really worth mentioning um, summer fragrance, which not many people talk about. So the next one is a very expensive one, which is fig and agrumes, which means fig and citrus fruits. I think so. It's a very fig. I like fig. I like the note of fig in fragrances. It makes me feel like I have just drunk some juice or whatever. It made my throat water up, and it made my mouth water up, and I don't feel as thirsty or as hot. So in the beginning, this fragrance, this fig and agrumes, is quite special because in the beginning it might feel very like a very unripened fig, very green fig, mixed with very green citrus fruits, which it's like orange or whatever, lime that has not ripened yet, and when you sniff the skin of the fruit, that's the bitterness that you get. But however, when it slowly dries down, it will perform very well on my skin, and the scent of fig will be slowly turning into from a green fig to a ripened fruit kind of smell, and which is what I really enjoy. And so is the citrusy notes there. It's like it's like the fruit is the citrusy fruit. At the beginning, it's like I'm just sniffing the skin, giving a very green kind of feeling to it, and then slowly the fruit is cut open and it is put into a fig juice. Imagine that. So it slowly turns into a very delicious fruity drink, which is quite refreshing and it's sweet. So I really enjoy this one. Yes, now it's like after 20 minutes, this fragrance will start to turn. This is not a very linear fragrance. This fragrance definitely bring surprise to people. So I even ordered a full-size bottle because I like the scent so much, and I think that I will be using it quite a lot since the weather is getting hotter and humid, more humid day by day here. So the next one is Valentino Donna Rosa Verde, I think. I have just reviewed this one in another video, which is a review of this fragrance. It just can't focus. So, sorry. This fragrance is a green rose. It's literally a green rose with a little bit of the rose also is not really pronounced in here. It's more like a green tea-ish kind of note, and it's sweetened up by the magnolia and a ginger note. And as it dries down, the longer it stays on your skin, the sweeter it will become. Although it's not like the gourmand candy kind of sweet, but it's definitely a very enjoyable one. So this is also another one that I wore these few days. Actually, I wore this today to work, and it it is quite good. Although it's an EDT or the toilet, it lasted throughout my working hours, so it's quite impressive. So out of these three, only the middle one, fig and agrumes, is an EDP, and this one definitely has a very very impressive lasting period. It has good longevity because after all, it's a niche house of this Lancome. It's Maison Lancome. And I just want to say that in this video, I just don't want to mention the the normal perfume that people have been using during the summer hot days, which is like Dolce Gabbana Eau Intense, light blue Eau Intense. I have that one too, but I don't know, recently I haven't been reaching for it. Maybe I'll start wearing it later. To say that this tree is it's something that not many people wear. I don't see many people talk about it on YouTube on summer days. Maybe it's because of its EDT. I'm not so sure, or I don't know, whatever reason for that. So I think other than Dolce and Gabbana, the famous one, the light blue or light blue O intense, I think we can actually try out more summer fragrances which are quite under the radar. So that's all from me now. I hope to see you again in another video, and I will talk about other perfumes in my collection. That's all. If you want to comment something or if you want to say something to me, please comment down below and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video. Bye.